Okay, hi guys. Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. So welcome to the session again. We are going to start off discussing about the performance management again. And today I'm going to do additional examination questions pertaining to the performance management area. And the first question that I'm going to start off is the past examination question from the December 2023 exam paper. So this is the December 2023 examination paper that I'm going to start off with. The name of the question is Lemaitre. Name of the question is Lemaitre. It says for each of the 6 dimensions of building block model, identify one objective together with one corresponding performance indicator which could be used by Lemaitre. Then it says to measure its performance, the objectives and measures should be specifically relevant to Lemaitre. Justify your choice of objective and measure for each dimension. It's a 15-mark requirement, right? It says use the template provided. So there's a dimension, there's a performance indicator, objective performance indicator, justification, objective performance indicator, competition. Now let me just guide you that what exactly is this all going to be. Let's just try to understand few things. Okay, so basically when we talk about the building block model, what actually happens with respect to building block model is that the building block model has got these all dimensions, which is 6 dimensions. And like it says, objective has to be defined, the measure has to be defined, and the justification as to why have you actually chosen this measure. So now see what happens is that, let's say, for example, if I talk about financial performance as one of the dimensions, so the objectives could be wealth maximization for shareholder. The measure could be, the measure could be what? The measure could be share price, measure could be share price growth, and justification could be business shareholders demand higher return, and hence one of the financial focus should be to increase wealth by increasing the share price. So you have to give this type of a justification. Now, I will give you 5-7 minutes to answer the question. The question is in front of you. You can take screenshots of this because can you take a screenshot of this area first? Done? Okay, can you take a screenshot of this area now? Okay, lovely. Now you have got these six dimensions. What are those 6 dimensions? So I will give you 7 to 8 minutes to think about the different performance measures. You have already taken the screenshot of the question. The whole question is in front of you already. You've got all these 6 dimensions, right? Okay, now go ahead with it and try to do this question. You've got time till 2:55 p.m. Okay, so to what extent have you covered up? Now see, Lemek Air was established 50 years ago in the country of Sutherland as a premium airline. Following a global recession, it relaunched itself as a low-cost airline 2 years ago. So there has been a relaunch 2 years ago, and it has been as a budget airline, low-cost airline, focusing on providing seats on flight at the lowest possible price. It currently has 35% share of low-cost airline. It currently has 35% share of low-cost airline market in Sutherland. Its largest competitor has 40% market share. Lemex's low-cost approach includes leasing planes with seats placed close together in order to fit more seats in. The engine in these planes uses cheaper grade of fuel, which is polluting to the environment, permitting only one piece of hand luggage per customer. That is luggage that can be carried on board the plane. Any additional bags have to be placed in the plane's luggage hold area, which is never full, at a cost of $50 per item. On average, customers pay for zero point 0.7 luggage hold bags per person compared to an industry average on low cost airline of 0.92. Okay. So they are not even able to earn revenue from that area. Using ground boarding, which uses buses, often left with their engines running for some time to transport passengers between the airport terminal and the building and the plane. This is cheaper than using passenger loading bridges, which are far more environmentally friendly. So they're using buses which are not environmental friendly, but they're using passenger loading bridges because they are not using passenger loading bridges because they are expensive and the buses are cheaper. Requiring customers to pay a $30 fee each if they want to choose a pre-allocated seat. 25% of the customers choose this option. Industry average is 32%. Offering only online check-in for flights to free of charge. In-person check-in incurs a fee for passenger, but the fee only partially covers the cost of check-in of Lemek Air. It also leads to longer queues for those customers who just need to drop their bags off to the customer at the service desk. This has led to complaints by the customers uh, who who prefer the automated machines offered by competitors for both check-in and bag drop-offs. Improving cleanliness of the planes a reason for past customer complaint, whilst also attempting to reduce the minimum ground turnaround time by using cabin crew to crew clean planes. Average turnaround time industry is 50 minutes per flight. Making sure that prices are equal to or less than the competitor so that flight occupancy rate is high, 88% at Lemek in the last year. Staffing issues have led to 220 flight cancellations in the last year, which has led to huge volumes of complaints and Lemek Air having to pay compensation to customers of totaling this in the last year. Lemek Air's CEO is hoping to start cross-training staff so that they can work both on planes and in the airport. All customers who have traveled on Lemek Air are asked to complete a questionnaire asking questions about comfort, cleanliness, delays, etc. 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 Now he's asking about the financial performance. So what do we mean by financial performance? That would actually mean profit to be able to achieve cost leadership. The performance indicator is cost per cost as a percentage. Cost would be like profit margin. Now what is this justification? The industry, the whole objective of Lemek is to maximize the profit. The whole objective of Lemek is to maximize the profit, minimize the cost of operations, and this reduction in the cost of operations will be reflected in the profit margins that will be achieved by them. What about the competition? To be able to capture highest market share, performance indicator is market share. In order to be the cost leadership strategy would be successful when the prices and service levels will be so high that will be the company is able to achieve the market leadership position. Now, with respect to quality, innovation, flexibility, resource utilization, what is going to be the quality? Yes, use the percentage of market share. Quality. Reduce complaints and enhance satisfaction rates for the passengers. Complaint ratio. One of the key factors in the success of any airline, one of the key factors of any airline is to be able to satisfy their customers. Here, the quality is the customer complaint is a big indicator of the poor quality that is prevailing at Lemek Air, and the improvement in its performance will be demonstrated by the reduction in the complaint ratio, that is number of people complaining as a percentage of number of people utilizing services. right? Then we talk about the innovation. So what could be the innovation in this case? To provide excellent services to the customer through new type of services or improved services utilizing technology. Number of new services launched during the period. Innovation is about introducing a new service or improving existing service in such a manner that it is delivered differently. So innovation is about introducing a new service or improving existing services in such a manner that it is delivered differently. Now, what actually happens is that for the business to survive, it needs to continuously introduce new services, and the number of new services introduced would be a good measure for the innovation. Then you have got the flexibility. Okay, what could be the measure for flexibility here? Staff training. Okay, yes. Okay. The ability to adapt to the differing environment and roles. Staff cross training staff percentage as a as a as a percentage of total staff in order to best utilize the crew and achieve the cost leadership goal. It is important that the staff is able to serve both on aircraft and also at the airport. So the higher the training will be, the better the staff will be able to serve. The better the staff will be able to serve. Okay, lastly, resource utilization. Or to make the most use of all the available resources. Performance indicator is capacity utilization for the aircraft. The justification is going to be the seats of the aircraft are the key resource and the greater the utilization of the seats is going to be, the better it will be. So you have to explain to them that why are you suggesting what. Now, let's move a bit forward and let's discuss further. Discuss the issues that Lemay faces with regard to management of its environmental cost. What are the issues? Cheaper grade fuel used for airplanes. Mm. Then what happens is that ground boarding buses instead of the passenger loading bridges. Then what else is there? Okay. Issues that they face with regard to management of its environmental cost. Okay. Here, how are you gonna answer? You would suggest what the environmental costs are. Yeah, you can, you first of all, you have to mention what the environmental costs are. Explain what the environmental costs are. The issues that are being faced by LEMIC, that is cheaper grade fuel used for airplanes and so and so, so and so. The implications that could arise are fines, bans, reputational damage, things like that, right? So this is how you are actually going to answer this specific question. Okay. So we have actually completed this question now. Any queries that you have? Okay. Okay. The objective is simply what do you want to have the financial goal? Like financial objective is what is the financial goal that you have? The competition is that what is the goal with respect to managing the competition that you have? Okay. Okay. Next paper that I'm actually heading towards is the March June 2022. There is a requirement called explain the main principles of activity based budgeting. What else is there? Calculate any spare capacity or shortage in the hours required to meet the monthly expected output for production time, quality control inspectors, and shipping administrators. So again, I'll be giving you some 5-10 minutes to do the question. Can you just take a screenshot of this page, please? Yeah, can you take a screenshot of this? Okay, let's move a bit forward. Can you take a screenshot of this page, please? Okay, lovely. Now take 5 minutes, try to do this question. Now let's just talk about it. It says trade company manufactures sports shoes and clothing. It is a relatively small company and has a good reputation for producing high quality products. In recent months, however, there have been an increasing number of customer complaints about the quality problems with trade companies' sports shoes. Trade company is a profitable, but its finance director who joined the company last year believes there are inefficiencies. Believes what? Believes there are inefficiencies in this operation, and consequently, it isn't as profitable as it would be. Finance director believes trade's budgeting system is partly to blame for this. The company currently uses an incremental approach to budgeting, but the finance director believes activity-based budgeting would be more appropriate. He's analyzing the production process for sports shoes to support this suggestion. He's analyzing the production process for sports shoes to support his suggestion and has asked for your help in connection with this. Trade company produces two different styles of sports shoes, the deluxe and the standard. And it has contracts to supply these to several large retail chains. Much of the production process is automated and so and so, so and so. Similarly, goods are shipped. These are the details. Now, what is the requirement that we have? The requirement that we have is one of the requirement was you have to explain the main principles of the activity-based budgeting. You have to explain the main principles of activity-based budgeting. So what happens with the activity-based budgeting is that when we talk about the activity-based budgeting, so it's a budget based on the activity based costing information. The whole objective is to identify all activities that are incurred, developing cost pools, those activities, identifying cost drivers, determining activity overhead absorption rate, and then using all the budgeted activity numbers to draw up a budgeted financial statements. These budgets are more realistic and more detailed and help eliminate unnecessary costs and allocations, right? So that's what actually happens with respect to the activity based budgeting. What you do is that you establish okay. Now next is basically the next requirement is you have to calculate any spare capacity or shortage in the hours required to meet the expected monthly output for production machine time, quality inspectors, and shipping administrators. Okay. The monthly demand pair of shoes 22,500, 24,000. Pairs of shoes produced per production machine is this and this. Production batch size is this and this. Shipment batch size is this and this. The production line for sports shoes has a spare capacity of 175 production machine hours per month after allowing for setup time. In addition to the staff who work on the production line, trade also employs 2 quality control inspectors and 2 shipping administrators. Each of these employees is contracted to work 150 hours per month, and their salaries are treated as overheads. The quality control staff inspect a sample of sports shoes from each batch produced. Standard inspection time is this per batch produced. Shipping administrator prepare batches to be dispatched to the customers and arrange the paperwork for the shipments. In total, this takes 0.75 hours per batch shipped. Now, how would you go about doing things? Let's try to understand this. Basically, first thing is that production machine time. Total time needed deluxe standard. How would we calculate? Is it mentioning somewhere how much time is needed for producing of one pair? It says monthly demand is this, production batch size is this 300. Does it mention? Is it mentioned somewhere? Okay, this is the production per machine hour. Okay. Demand divided by production per machine hour. So it is like 22,500 divided by 250. It is like 24,000 divided by 300. So it is going to be what? This plus these 170 hours. Available time is 175 hours. Spare capacity is this minus this 5 hours. So that's one answer, right? So we have a spare capacity here. Now let's move a bit forward and with respect to quality control inspectors. What's happening with respect to quality control inspectors is that the time available, time needed because what does it say? 2.5 per batch produce. Demand divided by production batch size multiply by 2.5. 22,500 divided by 300 multiply by 2.5. Here it is 24,000 divided by 400 multiply by 2.5. Hence, this is going to be 337.5. Available time is 2 people. Each is budgeted to worth 150. 2 people multiply by 150. So surplus is gonna be 37.5 hours. Surplus is gonna be 37.5 hours. Now similarly, what I would do is that I would copy this for the next area also, which is shipping administrators. Shipping administrators. Shipment batch size into 0.75. This was shortfall. Here's the surplus or the spare. Here's the surplus or spare. Right? You get it? So this is what it is all going to be. Standard is 45. Okay, have I made a mistake somewhere? Okay, wait. Yes, I made a mistake. 24,000 divided by 150. Sorry. Yes, 45 is the correct answer. Right? 45 is the correct answer. Okay, lovely. So we have done this and we've completed this, and I hope that you would have now gained more confidence doing these questions. What I'll do is that I'll just keep the today's class till here. I am planning to do recording for the mock that is made available by ACCA so that it is easier for you to access it. So I'm just planning to make that available to you people very soon, inshallah. Right? So in the meantime, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here, and thank you for showing up. It was great to have you here.